5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're on, and we are ready. And this is day 7 of Spring Break Special with 2 crazy teachers.
Yes, where in the world?
We're in the world, but we're going to start off with
Word
is
of the
word?
day.
Word of the day. I changed it up.
What
the word?
What the word? What is the word? The word of the day is permeate. Permeate.
Permeate.
It's a verb. And it means to spread or diffuse through. So I've often used the word permeate with odors.
Yeah.
When you talk about odors.
And kids.
And kids.
My own kids.
Yes, our own children and maybe some school kids. The odor permeated through the classroom. So were 2 sentences. I just used one. And permeate is spelled Permeate, which I think is kind of funny and ironic because the word perm starts it. These are not related, but a perm stinks. You know what a perm is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not related at all, but I just think that was funny. Okay, so the effects of social media continues to permeate daily through school life, except not right now because we're not at school. So it permeates daily through home life for kids. And the smell of the burnt quesadilla permeated throughout the house.
Oh, do we have a burnt quesadilla in somebody's house yesterday?
We may have. And then we had a life lesson that's called the microwave is different than the oven, and it takes different amounts of times to cook something in the microwave than the oven. It was a special lesson between Mommy and Landrick. So.
Too funny.
Yep.
All right, anything else with your what's the word?
Word of the day. But you know what's funny? That you say, what's the word? That's what I used to have on my board in my classroom. I used to do a whole section was, what's the word? Because I'm a language arts teacher.
All right, moving on.
Apparently
Well, we've got some national days and some observation days and observances, whatever. We have National Cinnamon Croissant Day.
Croissant.
All right.
Croissant.
We have National Encourage a Young Reader Day.
Wasn't it a writer?
Writer, not
okay.
reader.
We have some great writers at our school.
We do, and
Kiddos,
great readers.
Yes, we do. Kiddos, write something. Write about, I think Miss Hood is having her students do the Corona Chronicles, which I think is cool. And they are writing about their daily life during this whole mess. And it's cool. And some of them are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard. I've not read any of them. But write something and then share it.
Write and share.
Yes.
It's National Siblings Day, so give that little sibling or big sibling a big hug today. Well, no, 6 feet apart. But maybe you're like, oh, we've been in quarantine. I was thinking coronation, like on Frozen, for a while, and you're probably about to just want to knock them out sometimes. So, but today, make sure you let them know that you do love them.
Yeah.
When they're asleep and they're not in
Yes.
your hair. Okay? It's also National Farm Animals Day. Go give your cow a hug. All right. It is also International Safety Pin Day. That's a big day.
Oh, I mean, what would the world be like without safety pins?
It's Golfers Day.
I've got
And it is World Marbles Day. And last but not least, today is also Good Friday.
Oh, yes, it is. It is Good Friday.
So,
it is.
2 days in history that I thought were important. Miss Mason's probably going to judge me on one of these, but today, in 1912, the Titanic set sail.
Okay. Well, our students love to read about the Titanic.
And it was headed towards, you know where it was headed towards?
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
And what happened to it, Miss Mason?
They say it struck an iceberg.
It struck an iceberg.
Yep.
The other day is today in 1979 is referred to as USA Terrible Tornadoes Tuesday. Okay? And we want to make sure that we're staying weather aware. And this is when 13 tornadoes ripped through Oklahoma and Texas. Look, Miss Mason's judging me right now. But
it's always like gloom and doom. Like if there is anything that happened on this day that is somewhat questionable, you find it and pick it. Just don't pick your nose.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Okay.
You're on.
Technically, you're on because are you going to reveal? I knew. Let me just tell you this. As soon as he told me his country from yesterday, I should have known. So I hope you guys out there and YouTube land, video land, whatever. You guessed it correctly. I should have known this.
It is the country of Madagascar.
And I told him that he should have said that a movie was named after it.
That
and
would
you
have
know
given
what?
it away.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the point. They want to learn. Okay.
So, maybe some people are out there reaching out to see what they could do with their children to conquer
boredom. Yes.
And maybe you could make them write a little paper about Madagascar, have them watch the movie, and see if they can pinpoint any of the characteristics we talked about.
I like that.
Maybe the fact that there's a lemur in there, or the type of trees I talked about, those types of things.
They could even research those trees. Is it the boa tree or boa?
The baboa. I don't know.
Tree. You could research that and look it up and learn some stuff.
Google it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so here we go. It's my turn. I love this country. This country
Spain.
No. It has a population. Now listen, this is kind of cool. I mean, the whole thing is pretty cool. But it has a population of only 4,000 people.
That's less than Kentucky.
Yeah, that's not much at all. And it's square miles or whatever kilometers. It's about 40,000 square miles, not in one little spot, but so it makes it about the same land size or land mass, volume, square, whatever area. That's what I'm looking for as Ohio. So if you're familiar with what Ohio looks like and how much land is in Ohio, this country has about that same land, but it is not in a square. It's kind of like it's basically an island, but it's kind of big and it's like spread out. It's like this, okay?
So it's an island?
It is an island, but I don't think they call it like necessarily an island, okay? It is 500 miles away from Scotland, which is its nearest European neighbor. That was a chair. Its nearest European neighbor. So, what ocean would that make it in?
Atlantic?
Yes, good.
Well, it just depends on how far north it is.
It's in the northern Atlantic Ocean. Good job, Mr. Hood. It's a land of vivid contrasts. So contrast means differences. Good. Wow, you're
We're
on
on target.
In climate, geography, and culture. So there's lots of differences in those three areas. It is the most sparsely populated country in Europe, meaning that it has the lowest number of inhabitants per area, like for the massive land it is. It's kind of cool. It was founded 1,000 years ago during the Viking Age of exploration. Okay? And, okay, the land. There's sparkling glaciers, beautiful mountain ranges, an abundance of hot geysers. And now here's what's cool about the hot geyser. You know what a hot geyser is?
It shoots water out of the air.
Yeah, and so they're hot. Not confused with a hot geezer. Like an old man that's on, I guess. I don't know.
That's what I thought you were saying.
There's a lot of hot old men. Anyway, now my face is red. Okay, so these geysers, they provide heat for many homes. So they use these, because there's so many of them, they provide heat for many homes. Okay.
All right, we're back.
Had a little phone call there. We were talking about hot geysers.
Hot geysers.
Hot geysers. And we said that I feel like I'm repeating myself because I am. They said that in this country, cheeks are flushed. They use them to heat their homes, and they use them to have hothouse agriculture all year long. So that means that kind of like greenhouses, but I guess they're warmer in temperature, and so they can use them to farm and create things. Okay. This land has rugged coastlines, and it is it has glaciers and volcanoes. So a large portion of it they have a lot of glaciers and volcanoes. Since the year 1500, 1/3 of all of the Earth's total lava has I lost my place. Has been produced out of volcanoes in this country. I can't read my own writing. Have pumped out, I think. Poured out. There we go, poured out. So that means that all the lava that has been produced worldwide has come out of this country for the most part. Okay, so I do have this very fascinating thing to read off of here, but I promise you I will not divulge the name of our country. Traditionally, this country has been divided according to the 4 points of the compass. so that each quadrant, which means 4, this is what Mr. Ed was talking about earlier, has kind of a different type of weather and land features, characteristics. And in the center, it is uninhabited, is your background. Sorry. It's uninhabited. So nobody lives right in the center of it.
Like a donut.
There you go, like a donut. Like a donut, okay? There's fishing and farming in some areas. There's harbors that are well sheltered. There's fjords. Remember fjords from the other day?
From Frozen.
There's lava fields.
Woo-woo!
Natural harbors. And relatively good farmland in some areas. So that's all I have on that part. Now, okay, climate. Surprisingly, it's very mild. Okay? And because this is one of the northernmost inhabited places on the planet. One of them, not the northernmost, but one of the most northernmost inhabited. That means people live there, places on the planet. It is colder in the northern part of this country, but it's much more warmer than one might expect since it's so far north. The temperatures don't range too much. The average in January is 31 degrees and the average in July is 51 degrees. There's only like a 30 or a 20 degree difference in those. And foxes were the only land animal that was there, was there when it was settled. So kind of like the other day when we were talking about animals, bats being the only mammal that was native to New Zealand. Okay, so here are the random but true and interesting facts about my country, okay? The majority of Icelanders believe in elves. Like, I guess all elves, not just
They
Santa's
believe in
elves,
them?
but like elves. Yeah, like elves from Lord of the Rings, also filmed in New Zealand. There are no forests in this country. Are you trying to look? You're trying to figure out what my country is? The national language remains unchanged, or I don't want to say the national language, but the language of this country, one of them, remains unchanged from ancient Norse. And it means that 1,000-year-old texts are still easily read. So they can still read them because the language hasn't changed. You'll like this one. Babies in Iceland routinely are left outside to take naps. They nap outside. They nap outside.
My kids are napping outside today.
Here in America, we put our kids outside when they're awake, so they're not in the house.
Yeah.
There are now this is kind of cool. There are no surnames or family names in this country. Oh, I almost said it again. What's a surname?
Like,
What's your surname?
Hood.
Yes, or Mason, or Howes, because I was a Howes before Mason. There are none. So instead, these individuals use the traditional Nordic naming system, which includes a last name that is comprised of their father's or occasionally their mother's first name with the addition of a suffix on the end. So for daughter, it's like the name and then D-O-T-T-I-R. Or they put son. So it'd be like, their name would be like Amanda Dottir or Landrick son. It's like Daniel's son from Karate Kid. Okay. Anyway,
Iceland.
That's my country. I give up. Iceland had the first democratically elected female leader.
Go big. Woo woo.
Yeah, and I forget what year this was, but it was kind of long ago. But it was the first democratically elected leader. Other countries have had female leaders before that, but they were never democratically elected. And what's it mean to democratically elect a leader? Social studies, man?
By the people.
Yes, by the people. Good. Consumption of Coca-Cola per capita is higher than any other country.
That's
so
interesting.
even though they have a lower number of people, they drink a
love
lot of
that
Coca-Cola.
soda.
There are no McDonald's in this country.
There are none?
None. Zero.
Oh, I'm not going there.
McDonald's.
Forget that place.
You know the place, because I already said it. Roughly 85% of this country's energy is from renewable resources,
That's
which I
good.
think is pretty cool. First names not previously used in this country must be approved by their naming committee. So if you made up your child's name, kind of like I did, and it had never been used before technically, you'd have to have it approved.
That's interesting.
And it was one of the last places on Earth settled by humans. Okay, I only have like 5 more. These people of this nation, they watch more movies than any other nation. You'd be great there. I don't know. I really don't know if you watch movies a lot or not. But this is for you, Mr. Hood. This is the whole reason I chose this country. Not really. I just learned this. But owning a pet snake, lizard, or turtle is against the law. Cannot have those pets. They don't have an Army, Navy, or Air Force. The U.S. does have some sort of agreement that we will help them if they need help, and maybe a European Union. Does that still exist?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they said that it would help, but they're considered one of the most peaceful. You'll like this one too. Mosquitoes do not exist in this country.
Oh, let's move there.
It has the highest number of book and magazine publications, and approximately 10% of the country's population will publish a book in their lifetime. I thought that was really cool.
That is good.
And in 2010, so that's 10 years ago, 97.6% of their population had internet connection.
That's a big deal.
That's crazy.
Of course, there's not that many of them either.
Probably because they're so far away
And they're
from
not in the
everything, so
middle.
it's cold. That is true. So that's all I have about my country, which is no longer a surprise.
Well, if you can guess what the country is based on all those
Fascinating
hints
detail
that
and
she gave
hints.
you.
Yeah. Subtle.
You win a prize. All right, this is two crazy teachers signing off.
Bye.
Bye. You know, you said like ice on like 3 times before you figured out the